So this one was huge for me, really stepping into the identity of being a business owner who makes a lot of money and is running a legitimate business. And that means not seeing business tasks, no matter how menial or how like superficial, like posting on Instagram, as an option or not a priority. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the motherfucking pod. I am officially back at work this week after an amazing cruise to the Southern Caribbean with my family, and then the Christmas break. I took a more extended break from calls this week, so I started back up with the Fraud Squad and my new private clients this week, and I'm so freaking happy that it is the new year, you guys. It's 2024. I turned 32 in March, and your girl is a full-ass wifey this year. I get married this year. It's gonna be amazing, and let's make this your biggest year in business yet. So you can apply to work with me at the link in my show notes, either for private coaching or inside of the Fraud Squad, which is my mastermind. Applications are at the link in my show notes if you're ready to have consistent 5-figure months and 6-figure years in your business, if you're ready to overcome imposter syndrome at every level and to work on your mindset, your thoughts, your beliefs, so you can run a business that you truly love and receive the money that you deserve to feel worthy of too. Like I said, the link is in my show notes for that. And guys, I'm so fucking excited to announce that my sales course, like I said last episode, 6-Figure Stories, is dropping in January this month. This is a mini sales course to help you sell your services online with confidence and ease and certainty that your audience is going to eat it the fuck up. Inside of this mini course, I'll teach you how to sell your services, from what language to use, down to how to do a story series on your Instagram stories to get clicks on your links. Let's fucking do this. 6-Figure Stories drops on January 18th at a special price of $4.99. I will see you then. So let's get into a juicy episode, shall we? I love all things identity and mindset. You guys know this. And today we're going to be diving into the 3 identity shifts I made to scale past $5K a month. And the way that your identity changes as you make more money is the same, if not more important, than making the money itself. And I'm not talking about receiving a certain amount of money, right? I'm talking about actually being the person who is bringing in $5K plus a month through your business, where there was a time where you could have never imagined making more than $2K or $3K a month, either through your business or even through your job. It is a total identity game as you scale your income and as you get bigger and bigger and start playing into different numbers, and your identity has to align with the money you're making, or you're going to sabotage it, or it's not going to be consistent. Been there, fucking done that. So, number 1, I had to believe and shift my identity to the fact that there are so many people who want to work with me. Not just 1 or 2 or 3, or just who was in my audience who I could see right this second. I had to believe that more people would see what I was doing or stumble upon me and genuinely want to work with me without needing to know every single thing about me. And here's why this was pivotal. It became easy for me to believe that people wanted to work with me after they got to know me. But it was a whole nother level for me to think about people finding me in my work and deciding to work with me just from that. It meant that not only was my personal brand strong because they felt like they could trust me, but also my content and my messaging was strong because they believed that I could solve their problem, which is so fucking cool that we can do that just through how we show up in the content that we create. So for me, this was a huge one, like really believing that there are so many people who want to work with me, because it really did contradict the the identity I had of myself, that I didn't feel chosen or that people didn't like me. I had to completely abandon that and write a new story if I was going to believe that there were so many people who wanted to work with me. I also had to stop seeing my business as an option and believe that I was growing a legit business. Like I wasn't just a coach or some girl on Instagram selling coaching. I was a business owner. This brought up a lot for me. I definitely resisted this one because I was like, hello, I do take it seriously. I was like, how dare you? But my actions weren't 100% aligned with that. Before I scaled past 5K months, there were some things I saw as optional and I would prioritize after other things before my business. I would say that I was going to go live or I was going to create a week's worth of content to prepare, but then I wouldn't. I also didn't organize my money properly, even though I was making it, because it didn't feel legit enough to do that. I remember calling the CRA, which is the Canada Revenue Agency, and I was asking about the tax that we have to pay on our income because I needed a number for it. And I was like, damn, I'm really doing this. I'm running a motherfucking business. This was so much bigger than me just posting on Instagram. And I think that's where some people who aren't taking action or they're just like putting things off, that's where they sit. Like they see their business as a hobby, as a whatever, as something fun to do, as the extra thing. And if that's your vibe, then go for it. But for me, I wanted coaching to be my job sooner than later. I didn't want to sit on my dream for too long. I wanted the life I wanted right then and there. So I could see me posting it as Instagram as a fun little hobby, or I could see it as a legitimate business practice that generates me income. And this doesn't change by bringing in money, you guys. You intentionally have to think this way. I want you to feel into this right now. I'm a motherfucking business owner. I solve a problem for my audience and I am the person they go to help them do it. I bring in money through my business. I am the person who generates income through my business, right? Like this is a huge identity shift, especially if you have a full-time job. It's so easy to kind of be like, business is my side gig, la-di-da. And like I said, if that's your vibe and you want it to be your side gig forever, then by all means. But my clients are like, I want coaching and my business to be my full-time thing. I want to make this shit happen. So this one was huge for me, really stepping into the identity of being a business owner who makes a lot of money and is running a legitimate business. And that means not seeing business tasks, no matter how menial or how like superficial, like posting on Instagram, as an option or not a priority. Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
Doing this program and working with Jill has literally changed my life. Not only did I begin signing more clients in my business, but my thoughts, my mindset about life and business in general as a whole has completely shifted. I have been able to like step more out of my shell and just show up fully as myself. I've overcome a lot of shame that I've been holding on to for a very long time. And I learned how to run my business in my own way instead of feeling like I had to show up a certain way and do things a certain way.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. And then lastly, I had to step into the identity that my thoughts were leadership thoughts. This one is a little nuanced, so stick with me here. The energy that a lot of people come into the online space with is not knowing what they're doing. Imposter syndrome 101, right? This makes sense. Like you're a new entrepreneur, you're figuring out how to market and sell online, and you are also building a personal brand. And you're like a little baby deer trying to figure out how to fucking walk on its legs. So it's natural to have thoughts or opinions and to question them or discard them because you don't think other people have these thoughts too, or you think that you're wrong. So for example, when I started niching down on imposter syndrome for entrepreneurs, I'd have all of these unique thoughts and ideas around why it comes up for entrepreneurs and what it looks like, but I didn't even share them a quarter as much as I do now because I thought the only information that I could post had to come from a book or a research study, or someone had to straight up tell me I have imposter syndrome and this is what's real for me to use that. in my content. I didn't see myself or my brain as capable of ideas or thoughts or opinions that could be shared without a scientific definition or a textbook to back me up. Being in the identity of a leader is also being in the identity of having leadership thoughts. Believing that what you think and what you know is worthy of being shared and is going to feel right and correct for your people. Like even something as simple as on the podcast, I've shared an episode about how I don't necessarily handle objections about money. And because I see myself as a leader, as a business coach, as someone with thoughts that matter, I shared that episode. Versus counting myself out and being like, I can't comment on that. What do I know? This opinion isn't valid. No one is going to share this opinion with me, etc. This helped me scale past 5K months because my content was getting more direct, more specific, and showed my audience that I had opinions to share. Scaling past 5K months means selling more of what you're selling, confidence selling high ticket to your audience, being visible and known for what you do so you magnetize dream clients to your offers, and creating amazing content that sells dream clients before you even have to speak to them. And this is what we do in my most private coaching containers, which is one-to-one coaching, and my mastermind, the Fraud Squad. Okay, so the Fraud Squad is rolling, so it is open now, and same with one-to-one coaching. If you are ready to overcome imposter syndrome at every level, work on your mindset, your thoughts, your beliefs, so you can run a business you truly love and receive the money that you deserve to feel worthy of, then you can apply to either one-to-one coaching or the Fraud Squad Mastermind. And remember that my sales course, 6-Figure Stories, is dropping on January 18th. This is a mini sales course to help you sell your services online with confidence and ease and certainty that your audience is going to eat it the fuck up. Inside of this mini course, I'll teach you how to sell your services, from what language to use, down to how to do a story series on your Instagram stories to get clicks on your links. 6-Figure Stories drops on January 18th at a special price of just $4.99, and there is a payment plan. Okay, I love you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at Your Coach Jill. See you next time.